How you all doing today? How is everybody doing today? We're doing a lot of things, man. We gotta do a lot of things, to survive. Panic buying, stocking up, a lot of stuff to do. Dealing with censorship. It's annoying. I'm not gonna lie, it's extremely annoying. Okay. But you gotta go and find the truth. Mainstream media is lying. Politicians are lying. Kind of live in a world where everybody's lying. Sad to say. That's just how it is in this world that we live in. People are dying, and when you ask questions about it, people are lying. It's just how it is, man. It's just how it is. Top it all off, it's possible. It's a fact. Who knows? I'm not going to say who knows. It's a fact that war is brewing. And this is something that is kind of something you got to deal with, But a lot of countries, and especially this country, has dealt with it. There's hard times, and then you got, we're going to war. It's tough. It's sad. All right. So let's get on with the story. The war between China and the United States has already begun, and America is the battleground. Confidential report on foreign election interference that was supposed to have been released late last week was delayed after John Ratcliffe, director of the National Intelligence Agency, DNI, indicated that new relevant reports have emerged since the election that many departments have not yet been able to coordinate. There is an apparent dispute within our nation's intelligence community over whether China or Russia is primarily to blame for our fraudulent elections. The political left hates Russia and always blames it for everything, while the political right has been ramping up their rhetoric against communist China. Could it be that both countries have an anti-American agenda, or is one or the other the culprit? This is the space between a rock and a hard place, where our nation currently finds itself, and Ratcliffe has no plans to sign off on the report until it takes into account the national security threat that is the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP. Many in President Donald Trump's cabinet, including National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, and former Attorney General William Barr, along with Trump himself, have all stated at one point or another that they believe China is a bigger threat to the United States than Russia. Democrats, however, never talk about China and are always trying to convince us that Russia is responsible for everything bad that happens. Only communist China has the power and influence to subvert entire nations. What we know thus far, according to whistleblower Gao Wenghui, is that the Chinese Communist Party plan to subvert the U.S. dates back decades. China's plan has long been to control all information, money, and politics in our country in order to weaken it to the point of total collapse. Even the Wuhan coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic was apparently hatched by China as a weapon to take down and take over the nation. Everything was moving along as planned until the Trump administration came into power, thwarting China's agenda. Consequently, China pulled out all the punches and went gung-ho, especially in the year 2020, as every weapon in the arsenal was deployed for the final takeover. The American people need to realize that the war between the CCP and the United States has already started, and the battlefield is in the United States, reports G News. From Wall Street, mainstream media, technology giants, Hollywood to American politics, there are agents controlled by the Chinese Communist Party everywhere. Today, the struggle within the United States has heated up. The power that the Chinese Communist Party has cultivated in Washington for a long time has reached the point of crazy resistance. Back in September, when FBI Director Christopher Wray tried to claim that Russia was responsible for influencing the presidential election on social media, Trump fought back by claiming that China is more dangerous than Russia. I think both sides are dangerous, Russia and China. Okay. Russia doesn't like us, neither does China. Both oppress people who have different, you can't have free speech. Okay, in those countries. Okay, you can't do the things here. You can't do the things over in the two countries that you could get away with in America. That is a fact. G News agrees, suggesting that there is no second party that can have 1.4 billion slaves and provide endless wealth, human organs, and all kinds of young children to the global elite in a way that communist China can. The Chinese Communist Party can provide elitists around the world with things that are strictly prohibited in all civilized countries. This is an irresistible temptation for many people. The content of Hunter Biden's hard drive from hell is just the tip of the iceberg of Chinese Communist Party's manipulation of the world. Until the intelligence apparatus acknowledges this reality and stops blaming Russia for everything, there can be no getting to the bottom of an ongoing scandal. Will that eventually happen? Time will certainly tell. And that's all I have about this. But to be honest with you, I think they're all in on it. Okay? China, Russia. All right? Both those countries hate the U.S., the American government. And the American government is run by a shadow government. Okay? Presidents are not elected, they are selected. President Theodore Roosevelt said that. JFK talked about the shadow government. All right, that's all I got. If you like the content, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.